All right, 1, 2, 1, 2. You know, thank God these other. Let me know if you guys can hear me in a minute. All my sound that went out. Give me a second. Can you guys hear me? No, that's on mine. I don't hear on mine either. See if I got sound. All right, 1, 2, 1, 2. There it is. Oh, my sound was all the way down. It's crazy. Oh, I got to start this thing all over. This sound was up all the time. Give me a second. Can you guys hear me? This sound was up the whole time. Damn. No, it was mine. Mine. I had some one goofy Nigerian dude on here, some other guy, both these other TikTok channels. Oh, okay. Okay, so my sound was off. Let's start this thing again, y'all. My fault. All right, my fault. We're going to start all over again. All my music is messed up, my sound was down, didn't even know it. Okay, I want to say welcome back to everybody to the Black Hot Fire Network show. I'm your host, Mr. Black Hot Fire, always on that ass. And we're broadcasting live from the homeland of the United States of America all the way over to the mother continent of Africa. We're truly one of the only international radio programs, and that's what's up. Now I want to give a shout out to everybody watches on YouTube, everybody on Facebook, everybody on Twitter/X, everybody on Instagram, everybody on Rumble, everybody listening to us on the flagship station, blackhotfirenetwork.com, and all podcasting platforms globally. So strip on your head again, get ready for the ride. Here we go. Black Hot Fire. Now ring the alarm. The school's back in, stupid. I had this Nigerian on this other TikTok account. I had some other African on this TikTok account. He was making all this noise. I bet you guys couldn't hear him. My sound was messed up, so that works for me. Shout out to everybody on TikTok if you want to. I invite you again now, brother. You come on back in from Nigeria. I had to have some technical difficulties, brother. So everybody want to get invited, let me know. Just don't come and play no wacky music. Don't play none of this wacky African music when you popping up in here. I don't know where the other African dude was from. This other guy over here was from Nigeria. I don't know where the other guy was from. Black Hot Fire. See, they don't never get engagement when they use my accounts in Kenya. But I always get this engagement when I'm here in America. I always get engagement. It's crazy. Black Hot Fire. So welcome everybody. That's what we do. Woo! Brother Nigeria, if you want to come back in, come back in. I don't know where this other African cat was from. But don't come playing that wacky music up in there, man. Jesus Christ. That music was horrible. I'm going to keep it 100. That music was horrible. Black Hot Fire. Anybody on TikTok, you want to get invited, just invite thing. I'll let you come on back up. I had to fix my sound. Shout out to George, let me know my sound was even on. George, the whole time you didn't say nothing, George. What's going on over there? Woo! Here we go. Here we go. They ain't sleep, they up, they sleep, they was up. Oh, talking about you guys' time, that's right. But no, these Africans, that dude was he was from Nigeria. So the guy over here was from Nigeria. I don't know where this African guy was over here. That guy was from Lagos. He was up. Black Hot Fire. He came in this channel, they both came in. Woo! Black Hot Fire. Sorry about that, man. I didn't know. Shout out to Joker. I didn't know I had no sound. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. On both these accounts. Feel free to join me. Hit that. Tap the screen. I don't know what to say, but TikTok. Tap the screen for me. How you doing over there? That's Star Seed 999. Here goes Star Seed 999. Woo! Black. Hot. Higher. Come on. Whole time I had no sound. George just let me talk. I'm glad you guys. That means you guys can hear the Nigerian dude and the other guy making that bad music. That's good. That works out better for me. This guy over here was making some wacky music. I don't know what that shit was. That shit was terrible. That music, I don't know what that wacky ass music was. I'm like, nah, brother, no. We can't have you playing that on. I don't know what that was, but it was bad. I don't know what was going on with that music over there. The Nigerian brother was alright. You come on back, brother. I told you to hold on and wait. Let me check my cameras, family. That camera's working alright. How's everybody doing? I know Joey's up early in the morning. That camera's alright. Dan bailed him. I think Dan got scared. He was supposed to come back and do part 2. I think Dan got scared and bailed on me. Didn't come back on me. That camera's alright. Okay. Camera's all operational, right? Turn this down some. Alright, family. Alright, here we go again. See, keeping my promises. Saturday and Sunday when I'm home, I will be back to go on shows every weekend, either Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday, depending on what I'm home. So I am being legit finally. I wanted to talk about, we got an upcoming election next year, and it's always and they got now the Democrats coming out again, once again, pushing that pitch towards black people. And finally, Africans here in America finally starting to wake up. 60 years, 100 years you was you were a Republican, because coming out of slavery, you decided to go with the Republican Party because of Abraham Lincoln. You figured he did something to you, but Abraham Lincoln was another vicious, wicked-ass racist. They didn't do anything for black people. We freed ourselves. Understand? So don't never let nobody tell you in any history book that white people freed us or helped free us. That is a lie. We freed ourselves. They couldn't keep us enslaved because of all the wars that were going on and the slave revolts that were going on. They could no longer keep us enslaved because it wasn't beneficial to them anymore, because people were becoming unalived. So we know the first 100 years coming out of slavery, African Americans were what? Republicans. Because they had some kind of camaraderie with Abraham Lincoln, since he was the president there, and they wrote and gave the Emancipation Proclamation, which never freed anybody, right? It's a proclamation. It wasn't a law. They always try to dupe black people by having you thinking that's a law. That was a proclamation. It never freed anybody. We freed ourselves here. War after war. The Seminole Wars down in Florida and all across the Southeast. The Geechee Gullah Wars. We freed ourselves. Oh, family, if you want to call in numbers 850-368-9102. Like I said, excuse me for that hitch. I went over talking to this Nigerian dude on TikTok and some other African dude right here. I don't know what the heck was going on. Like, if you guys want to get invited, come on in. You guys want to invite yourself on TikTok, just don't come playing no wacky music. Just don't be playing no wacky music for me, okay? So anyway, unbeknownst to most people, we freed ourselves. But in their fake history books, they like to tell all these unsubstantiated lies with their movies and everything else. And so now, after 4 years, it's been 3 years of Biden making all kind of promises, and the Democratic Party making promises to black people again, which they have not fulfilled, none of them. They're going to come and tell you and tell us that they have decided, to gaslight us again by saying they had judicial appointments, like the Ketanji Johnson Brown, whatever her name was, to the Supreme Court, and other justices being put on the lower court, which has nothing to do with black people, doesn't benefit us one iota as a community. Those are independent. excuse me, those are independent accomplishments for those people. Have nothing to do with us. Those are independent accomplishments for them. Has nothing to do with us. But they're going to tie that in, like they always do, by giving some token Negroes a couple jobs and a couple positions and say, oh, look what we did for you black people, which is absolutely nothing substantial, family. We are on the bottom on this country, and they come and ship more illegal aliens in here on us who are anti-black. You imagine this? And this has been the Democratic parties. They're the ones who've done this, along with the Republicans. Republicans try to pretend they're not behind it, but they have not found any of these businesses who have been bringing all these, shipping all these illegal aliens by the thousands across this border now. Anti-black. Anti-black people they put up in here. And these are the policies of the Democratic Party. So don't let no one fool you. Every one of these handkerchief head misfit Negroes have not spoken up on our behalf. None of them. All these sanctuary cities that the Democrats control are being overrun by illegal aliens that people cannot do nothing about them. And the American people want these people out of here. You got crime and attacks on black people now in Chicago, New York, LA, wherever you go with these immigrants up in here because they're anti-black. See, the dirty secret, these were the replacement people for you. Because now you were starting to wake up and realize now when you decide to shift to the Democratic Party, family, 60 years, right? That's when you were given the Martin Luther King nonsense. So then you decide, okay, the Republican Party has never done nothing in our behalf, right? Republican Party has never done nothing in our behalf, right? We know that. So now we decide to go en masse again. Black people go en masse because of civil rights nonsense, that civil rights movement that was sponsored by our, let me make sure we understand this. Civil rights movement, family, was kabuki theater. It was sponsored by our enemies. It was never to benefit us as a people. That was to take our businesses that they were already stealing by burning us out of these cities and towns and put it right back in the white power structure. That's what happened. That's why now we're buck naked out here without any businesses, without any financial wherewithal. And I told you by 2050, they've already said that we're going to be zero. Our financial girth will be at zero in this country. That's less than 30 years, family. So almost 25 years from now, black people's wealth is going to be at zero in this country. And understand this is on purpose. It's on purpose. Because we know this country has been heinously, wickedly racist towards us. So let me go, I don't want to get too far ahead of where I'm going at. But you guys just walk with me, right? Walk with me. So, we know as African people, right, or as black people, whatever you want to call yourself, now we got a bunch of pretendians, whatever. Whatever you want to call yourself, black, Indian, whatever. The same positions affect us all. We're at the bottom. Whatever kind of name you want to fight over, like fighting over these goofy titles, it makes no difference. We're on the bottom no matter what. No matter what name you want to classify yourself as. Okay? So we know after the civil rights movement, black people in numbers moved to the Democratic Party, who was the racist party in the beginning. The Democratic Party was the one that had the Ku Klux Klan and everything else. They were hanging black people down the South. That was the Democratic Party. Now don't get it twisted. All the racists just went over to the Republican Party. It's funny how the right-wing wacko conservative white person say, oh, it was the Democrats that were all racist. It was the Democratic Party that was hanging people back then in the KKK. If you guys didn't know, when the migration happened, the Democratic Party really around the time of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, since he was a Democrat, we started slowly migrating over there. And then by the time LBJ came in, it was a complete sweep over there, right? Complete sweep of us going to the Democratic Party in tandem. Okay? So, at that time, during the transformation, it's like the party split ideologies. And all the racists ran into the Republican Party. They were called the Dixiecrats. They all left the Democratic Party and became Republicans. Republicans always try to tell you, oh, it's the Democrats that are racist. It's that they don't know the Dixiecrats from the Democratic Party all en masse migrated to the Republican Party. Okay? So both parties are racist. You know, let's not be children and don't understand that both parties are racist, you know, towards us. So now you got the Democratic Party that allowed all these aliens up in here, all these illegal aliens, trying to call them migrants. We're not even calling them migrants. We're going to call them what they are, illegal aliens. They're no damn migrants. They're illegal aliens. They're not supposed to be here. Now, these illegal aliens have been given services that have been denied to black people. In every principality you see them in, they've been getting free services that were always denied to black Americans. Always told you, oh, we got to do a committee, we got to vote, but nothing was ever allocated to the black community. It was always, you know, hurry up and wait. But black people always hurry up and wait, right? That's what we was told. You Negroes can hurry up and wait. But these people that can't even vote yet, remember these are your replacement people, have been given the red carpet, given hotel rooms, they're given $2,000 a month, more than people have been getting for retiring, for working their whole life in this country. More than people have been given for working their whole life in this raggedy ass country and retired. These illegal aliens have been getting more money than a retiree on Social Security. Now make that make sense. Help me make that make sense. They've been given housing when you got black people living in tents in Los Angeles, in Seattle, in Chicago, in New York, because they can't get good housing, because they can no longer afford it. In Biden's economy, with inflation they want to lie to you and tell you inflation is only 3%. We're going on tennis. We're going, you guys over there, guys. I got to start looking over there too. All right, I guess I'm looking at everybody. Go on, tennis speed. Let's go. Oh no, it's working over here. I'm on the other YouTube channel over there. That's why the sound was off over there. I'm on this YouTube channel right here, too. I'm over here right here. Let me take it down here. So I'm over here too. I'm over there, right? That's where I'm at over here. That's why the sound wasn't, it was over here, but it wasn't over there on the other channel. So thanks. So now you got all these illegal immigrants running wild throughout the city, giving services that black people were never afforded, right? That's why you see me looking over here at the other camera. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, Tinsky, they're getting paid. So these little aliens have been getting paid by the Democratic Party and the American government. Isn't it funny? While black people have been begging for the last 60 years to get something, to get the crumbs, have been given nothing. These people have been given housing. Have you been given housing? No. You've been getting nothing but a slap in the face. So now that the Democrats are coming back on another 4 years of Bidenomics, right? I want to make sure you understand what the Democratic Party has done to black people here. They tried to mandate this fucking vaccine. I can't even cuss. They tried to mandate this vaccine on you, which is illegal. You have the right to determine what goes in your body and what doesn't. So the betrayal of even our common basic rights as human beings were being violated by this no good, wicked ass Democratic Party. Like I told you so many times, there's no reason for us to be Democrats. There's been no benefit whatsoever. They've always tried to tell you, oh, the Republicans are racist. The Republicans, be scared of Republicans. The Republicans are racist. They're all racist. They're all racist. Okay? They've all been racist. Let's grow up. Stop sounding like we're children. Talking about somebody's racist. They're all racist. To us, as black people. Let's stop acting stupid. As if we don't know they're all racist. Even, We go for this wicked ass party and get nothing in return. That's only what a child does. No reason for us not to have. And we've been going loyally supporting this party, and we've got nothing but spit in our faces. You guys tap that screen on TikTok for me. 3 more people in here. You guys smash that TikTok button for me. So we've been getting nothing but smashed in the face. And it's been open disrespect now. I'm glad it's, the old Negroes always with the church. These church Negroes have always been the worst. The baby boomers have always been the slowest and the dumbest amongst us. This is a failed generation. These are the same ones keep voting for the same no good puppets who do nothing for black people but give us empty rhetoric. It's empty rhetoric after empty rhetoric after empty rhetoric. And none of these organizations that got a black name were funded and founded by black people. NAACP, the Urban League, none of these institutions are funded by black people. So guess what? The cat's out the bag. They don't represent black people. They represent everybody but us. Everybody but our interests. But I'm going to go and read this article right here. Let me change this. Oops, damn. Oh, damn, I messed it on. Wait a second. Hit the wrong button. Let it go back. Read this article if it comes back up. Hit the wrong damn button. Shit. And it's just showing that the Democratic Party is in panic now. That black people finally saying no more being used. We'll vote for Trump. And if I tell you Trump is racist, Trump. We already know what Trump is. But Trump didn't do any damage to black people because he never promised you nothing. And we know he's racist. We don't care about anybody being racist. We got to grow up as a people. I don't care if you're racist. What benefits are you going to bring to me if I give you my vote? This for that, quid pro quo. I don't need to be taken by the hand and you tell me someone's racist when I already know that. There we go. Okay. I already know you're racist. So let me read a couple articles here, family. Give me a second. Let me read this. Now let me go talk about. Now this is from Political, family. Read this thing. Give me a second. Stay out. Okay. Let me start here. Let me start at the top. Okay, so let me read this article, family. So it goes on to say that black voters, I'm going to hold it up like this. Let's see where I'm at. I'm about to read this article right here. Alright, so let me go and read this article. I just hope they keep following. It's saying that black voters are drifting away from Democrats. Will that hurt Biden in South Carolina? The poll numbers are atrocious for Biden. What you get is another propagandist lie by their fake media. Remember, you're in a controlled environment, controlled media that tells you nothing but absolute lies. Because it only benefits the oligarchy, none of the people. That's why our issues never get addressed, especially as black people. None of our issues are ever addressed, ever. So we need to understand this. This has been the goddamn this has been the con game running us as African people. Okay? Understand the con game that's been given us perpetuating itself for the last 60 years. And as black people in America, we must demand something for the vote. Now, it's no more just listening to any bootleg, hanging to the head preacher. We're done with the preacher hustle. You fake Al Sharp and these other local pastors talking that nonsense. You don't get the chance to influence any of us. You brought nothing to the table. You brought us absolutely nothing but despair and degradation. That's why all of our communities, look around our communities, looks like a scene out of Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome or something. What kind of movie is this? Are we happy being in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome? Is that where we're going to end up at? Is that what we're going to give our babies? Mad Max? So let me go ahead and, so it says black voters are drifting away from the Democrats. Well, that hurt Biden in South Carolina. So, of course, you always got the handkerchief head Negroes right here with this Kamala Harris. This individual claims to be black, but not. She's a Brahmin Indian, you know. She only claims to be black around the dupes that want to pretend. You know, she's a pretendian again. She wants to pretend she's black when it benefits her. But when she's around Asians, she says she's the first Asian vice president. So it says road trip. The battle to redefine America's political parties is underway. Far from Washington, David Siders reports from the road. He's enlarged a little bit. Columbia, South Carolina. The night before Vice President Kamala Harris swooped into South Carolina to file Joe Biden's paperwork for the primary. A group of young Democrats met over dinner not far from the state party headquarters to go over results of the off-year election. They were also trying to make sense of why people seem so down on the president. See, these are the same bootlicks, or the ones you call commissioners or some kind of committee. They don't understand why black people are down on on Joe Biden. Because Joe Biden never fulfilled any. I'm gonna go back to these other articles about his promises that they made to black people 4 years ago, and none of them have been addressed. None of them. That's what we got with Barack Obama, no good fake dancing ass for 8 years. This no good Kenyan puppet. He's supposed to be from Kenya, but that's a lie too. 8 years of damn this moronic Negro telling you nonsense. But see, they can do things for everyone else. I want you to understand, family. What did Barack Obama tell you? He couldn't do nothing for us, right? This moron told you he couldn't do nothing for us. This no good wicked bastard who's in every war dropping bombs on kids all over the world. Trying to prop him up as some hero. This no good, this no good individual. Trying to keep the expletives out my mouth describing Obama no good butt. But what did he give me? Nothing but the back of his hand. But he can do something for gays and LGBT and everybody else, right? Same thing like Biden. Biden's passing all kind of bills and executive orders for Asians. Stop the Asian hate. What hate have the Asians had? Nothing. Nobody's hurting them, but it has been orchestrated violence on black people. The country's anti-black. We've always known that. It's not like it's any secret. But don't try to gaslight black people and say you're going to do something for them when you have no intention. You can't name one piece of legislation in 50 years that the Democrats have passed to benefit black people. And if you do, I'll wait. Call in 850-368-9102. I'd like to hear your piece of legislation that the Democratic Party has passed on the benefit of black people. I'll wait. They're the ones passed these heinous crime bills. This is the part that you've been representing. Part that you've been that was supposed to be representing you as a people, have been locking your ass up. Have been locking us up. Passing all kind of wicked drug laws and mandatory minimums. This is the party that these no good old Negroes have been backing. These old no good church Negroes have been backing. The party that's been locking us up. That's been destroying our families. Huh? Make it make sense. Help me understand it. That's what we've seen. Let me keep going. They go down some. What's this thing doing? I'm not trying to do anything. What's this thing doing? Okay, so it says, not surprisingly, they were in a mixed mood. In a banner round of election that week, Democrats made gains in the Virginia legislature, held on to the governor's office in Kentucky, expanded their majority on the Pennsylvania Supreme Court and enshrined abortion protections in the Ohio State Constitution. Now, this abortion thing is not even a black issue. That's not our issue. They always try to cope or mask their nonsense and say that's our position. They'll tell you the LGBTQ has something to do with black people and what we need and what we want, right? That's what they'll tell us. That's what they'll tell us. I'm trying to invite you. I don't know why they won't let me invite you, bro. I'm trying to invite you. I'm going to hit the screen. I don't know why it's not letting me invite you. You know, so they'll say these issues are about black people. Black people are concerned about the LGBTQ. We don't give a shit about none of that nonsense. That ain't got nothing to do with black people in America. But they try to tie these nonsensical things to us as if we care about them. We do not. Now, we've got nothing. We receive nothing but contempt from both these wicked ass parties. Now, if you want our vote, it's going to have to be quid pro quo now. So wake it up. The old Negroes got to be pushed aside, die off. You're not going to get nothing if you don't bring nothing tangible for our vote. It's quid pro quo. That's it. That's it. This or that. What do you got to give me? If you want me to go out and vote for you, what's on the table? What are you bringing to me? What do you give me for my vote? No more of these euphemistic nonsense. Well, you know, we gave you more Supreme Court justices. Who gives a shit? We know we gave you more useless tokens, you know, that we gave jobs to. So what? Who cares? See, it's always that one Negro one Negro at a time rule that black people are supposed to get some solace because they put some handkerchief head, bootlicking Negro in some high position that turns around and use that position against black people. Ain't it funny? All these moronic positions that they give these bootlicking handkerchief head Negroes always go against black people. They're not there to benefit us. They never benefit us. That's the funny part about it. You know, you can't find no benefit in any of these Negroes with these supposedly high positions. If anything, it works against us. That's why when I used to tell you about, look at all these black mayors. Look at all these black mayors. And black people are in the worst conditions we've ever been in this country. We're in the worst conditions we've ever been. We're flooded by these illegal aliens. We're out of work. We can't afford to buy housing. We can't afford to even rent. We can't afford to rent. You got black people living in tents along the damn street, and you want to tell me that you're giving my tax dollars to some illegal immigrants. This is what you coming at me with. And you guys remember the forums in Chicago when this big ass city council was trying to gaslight black people, saying, you know, it's a humanitarian, we gotta do. You ain't never done nothing for black people. You haven't got off your ass to do nothing for the black community. Nothing. And rent is due. Time for you taking black people for granted is over. Rent is due. But you can find all kind of money for illegal aliens who don't even pay taxes here. You can do that. But black people paying taxes, they told to wait. Keep waiting. We're trying to work it out. Keep waiting. We're trying. You know, keep waiting. You've been waiting for 60 years since you joined this raggedy ass party. 60 years you've been waiting with your hand out. And they're giving you nothing but absolute contempt. That's what you got. Absolute contempt from these people. Let me go and continue to read the article. See, they worry about expanding their little fake power in these judiciaries and these legislators as far as state to state. But around a long table at Liberty Tap Room and Grill, the Democrats kept talking about a disconnect to including with the consistency I come to ask them about. black voters who rescued Biden's campaign in 2020 primary year. So you mean black people rescued him again and got spit in the face? So we rescued him again, and what did we get for our trouble? We got some spit in our face. Any legislation passed yet? Oh no. Any legislation passed on our behalf? Oh no, that's never happening. We're getting the same old kind of useless nonsense talk. They're gonna bring old cackling ass Kamala Harris to do some cackling. Laughing all retardedly. I don't know, you never even know what she's talking about. Halfway talking crazy. So they said, I don't understand why the black people are so upset. Why are they upset? Why they're not going to vote for us no more? You mean the 50-year con game is over? The 50-year con game may be over? Is that what's going on? See, I told you, that's the reason why they were busting all these illegal aliens in here. This is replacing you. Because they knew now you were starting to wake up and they still needed a base of people. And the funny part about these people, mostly anti-black, they're from anti-black regions of the world. South America is one of the most anti-black regions on this planet. And we know it's a fact. So don't want to gaslight you. I've been through South America, and it's racist as shit. So let's not pretend as if we don't know what it is, what's going down. Why does the invite thing don't never work? It says invite, I'm trying to invite you. Why does the invite thing don't never work when you try to invite? When you're trying to ask to get invited. I'm pressing the button, brother. It won't let me bring you in if you put a female or a male. I don't know. I tried to hit the button to invite you, to show up. Just keep on trying. I don't know why it's not letting me invite you. Don't you got to hit the button on TikTok, family? Oh, give me a second. That might be how you do it. Let me see. Is that how you do it? Maybe that's it. I don't know. Okay. All right. Let's see if that's it. So it goes on to say there was a goal. The Democrats said between what Biden has accomplished. What has he accomplished? What has he accomplished for anybody black? What has he accomplished? Absolutely nothing. You can't show me nothing this man has accomplished for anybody black. It's absolutely nothing. See, this is the double speak you're going to get, family. This is going to be the nonsensical speak they're going to give us. Talking about Biden's accomplishments. We don't understand. We don't get why the black community is upset and not understanding the accomplishment Biden's done. Now, ain't it funny? He's had money for Ukraine. Now, this war that shouldn't even been going on. Let me show you the gaslight and the lies they've been doing about Ukraine. They've been sending billions of dollars to Ukraine. Billions of dollars of our tax money, right? Billions of dollars of our tax money they've been sending to Ukraine. But they were the ones responsible for this war. Let me make sure we understand this, family. They trying to make Putin a bad guy, and in reality, he was just defending his borders and defending his people because they were encroaching on his border. And he tried to work with them since Barack Obama, no good butt, went along with the CIA and the State Department, decided to go into Ukraine and overturn a duly elected president. They went in and formed their own coup. But that was all right. They go in and just throw out, form their own color revolution in Ukraine. And since the people in the east part of Ukraine are ethnic Russians, they didn't want to be part of this Nazi regime. And remember, they tried to gaslight you. First, they tried to say they were not Nazis. They're not Nazis. And then when everybody told the truth that they were Nazis, oh, but they're good Nazis. Let's send it back on. Let's have my phone. Hold on, send it back. So give me a minute. Set this up. Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. What's going on, bro?
Just listening on the show.
All right.
I'm chiming in. Let you finish what you were saying.
Yeah, let me finish.
How you been?
I'm all right. About you, man? You been all right?
Yeah. I'm doing pretty good.
All right. You say shout out to America. Yeah. We say 10 speed buying a car. There's nothing. Even white people. Yeah, he's not done that. So they've been gaslit. So let me go over to the Ukraine nonsense. Now, let's sure we understand this. That you've been gaslight because they control all our media. So, and Pam, that's to send the masses on you popping every 6-7 months or something. Well, you're right. So, for everybody don't know who's on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you watch this at, Facebook, let's get some understanding here. Let's throw out some real facts that you're not gaslighted by lies. Now, the Ukraine war was actually started by the United States. They went and overthrew a duly elected government because they wanted to control that country. And they wanted to bring Ukraine into NATO and have them up against the Russian border. And so what happened was they had, the Ukraine is full of Nazis, racists. And so you had ethnic Russians who lived on the eastern part in the Donbass, in the Lugansk, right on the Russian border. So the Russians did not want to be part of this Nazi government. They didn't have nothing to do with it, so they wanted to be autonomous and have their own freedom. But the Nazis began to bomb and kill these individuals. See, these are facts. So, but the American media was lying to you. Oh, Russia is bad. So Russia still didn't do nothing. They tried to have peace in something called the Minsk Accords. Now this is Minsk, Belarus, the capital of Belarus. Where Putin said, okay, let's try to have peace. Let's not try to go to war over this. Let's try not to go to war. And so, during the Minsk Accord, the Americans didn't want to hear this. We didn't want to hear that, right? And so, they kept shelling, kept bombing innocent people in the eastern part of Ukraine. And so, that left Putin no choice but to go in and to protect his own people on the border of Russia and Ukraine. Right? I'm trying to let you in. Like, so, what happened?
Hello, Keith?
Yeah, man, hold on. Listen up. Restriction. What? They took, look at it. They took out too many people, see? They took me down off of TikTok. What? For what? For what? See, you're not supposed to know this. So I got banned, family. I got banned on TikTok. Let me see this. I'm on this camera. Look at this. I get banned off on TikTok. I got banned. I got banned for telling the truth. You see, Live X is banned. What? What hateful speech did I have? What are you talking about? What hateful speech? See, there was too many people in there. It was like 200 people in there. That's what happened. What hateful speech was I doing? None. Took it down with too many people. What hateful speech? Yeah, some more nonsense. Because I told them, I'm saying, listen here, family. There was 200 people in that TikTok room. That's why. 200 people in that TikTok room. Every time I on that app, I get taken down. It's crazy. 200 people in that thing. Anyway, so family. So Russia, that's it. See, they don't want you to know this. Supposed to be a Chinese app. Get out of here with that Chinese app shit to me. Big shit. Understanding. What hateful speech that the Russians were getting bombed and they were Nazis. These are facts. And so all the money was going to the Ukraine to start their the unjust war over there, and they were losing, spending billions of dollars that they wouldn't help nobody in America. Go look at American cities. Philadelphia is an absolute nightmare. I went to school there. I went to college in Philadelphia, and it's an absolute nightmare. New York, destroyed. Chicago, destroyed. Houston, destroyed. LA, destroyed. Name that major city in America that don't look like a scene out of Mad Max. The whole city now. Right? The whole city now. I got banned again. For what? Doesn't make any sense. What hateful speech? Telling the truth? Hateful speech. You talking about, so anyway, yeah, you're not to know that this war was a war of aggression by the United States. Not by Russia. You've been gaslighted with their fake news. That's why they want to shut down all these channels, because you're not to know you've been given propagandist mind control. So they've thrown billions of dollars that they got, look, and they lost. Right? So the conclusion is Russia's already won the war. I told you in the beginning Russia was going to win it. That's why I said in the beginning Russia's going to win this war. And I'm right. But they spent billions of dollars, because most of it was a slush fund, family. Most of that money, all they do was money laundering. They were giving the money back. They were taking taxpayer money and putting it back in their pocket. Giving a little bit to Zelensky, hopefully win, and try out their weapons, but they were pocketing a lot of that money. A slush fund. So billions of dollars were spent over there, and nobody benefited from it. But they can't give nobody no money here. Oh no. They can't give the American people not a dime. For that alone, nobody black should vote for Biden. Black people are hurting, and billions of dollars he spent. And remember, they were bringing Ukrainian refugees over here too, giving them hotel rooms, giving them money. And it's funny, my other TikTok account is still up. There ain't nobody over there. Ain't nobody. This one's still up, man. Nobody on this PC. Let me show you guys. Let me prove something. This is how you know how phony it is. I know. Now look, I want you guys to see this camera here. This one's still up. This one's still up. But there's not a lot of people on this account, right? Not a lot of people on this one, right? Not a lot of people on that one, but it's still up. The other one had a lot of people on it. That's why it's down. This one don't have no people on this account. See, on this account, it don't have a lot of people, so it's still up. This TikTok account is still up. That one had 200 people inside the damn thing. See, this one's still up. You guys said this one's still running. See that? This one's still up. This one's still up. Yeah, now this one's still up, right? This one's still up. Because don't have a bunch of people on it. But that one had 200 people in there commenting, talking. That one's down. Now I'm suspended for another week. You know, this is all bullshit. They say no hate for nothing. No. What hate speech did I do? None. I ain't nobody have nothing bad happen to them. But anyway, because you've been told the truth that billions of dollars spent, they done nothing for black people. But see, if you get some of that money, must be a conference, a committee for you to get it. You can't ever get any money. You gotta have conferences and shit. If I go live on TikTok, I get cut down. It's crazy, man. TikTok first than YouTube. Shit. Let me go back to this. You still there, listening to the master? There you go. Let me finish reading this thing here. Give me a second, yeah. What happened to the master? Lost him. Damn, hold on. What you saying, 10SP? TikTok on the, yeah, short hat, yeah. Supposed to be the Chinese app, they tell you, I don't never believe none of that nonsense they tell you. Let me finish the thing, finish this article up. I lost the master. Oh, they got social security cards now too? I wouldn't doubt it. Let me finish reading the rest of this article, family. I got taken down off TikTok. But not saying nothing. Somebody hate speech. What hate speech did I do? Nothing. Saying these are Nazis over there when they are Nazis? Saying they're bombing innocent people? What are you talking about? What hate speech to who? Doesn't even match up. No, but hate speech, there's a lot of people in it, that's why. There was a gulf. There was a, okay, let me go, pass it right then I said. There was a gulf. Let's see where I started. I'll just start again. There was a gulf, the Democrats said, between what Biden has accomplished in his first term and what voters give him credit for. They've heard the complaints at work or at home. They read the stinging co-ops in the weekly black newspaper, the Carolina Panorama, which included the line, "For me, having to vote for Biden is as grating as hearing fingernails being drawn across a blackboard. But I'm out of opinions." They made mental notes, or in some cases physical ones, of Biden's legislative achievements to share with skeptical colleagues and friends. There are no legislative achievements. What are they talking about? There are none. Absolutely are none. Absolutely are none. And everyone had seen the polls when Marquise Berg, a Democratic strategist who found the young Democrats of the Central Midlands, volunteered that he was fucking glad that Biden is running for re-election and that he exceeded everybody's expectations. These are what you call handkerchief head bootlicks. These are what you call bootlicks. Look at these two bootlicks. This guy on the left right here says that Biden has exceeded everyone's expectations. What expectations are you talking about? See, this is the same kind of nonsense talk. This is nothing but nonsense talk. He's exceeded everyone's expectations. You see this? He's exceeded everyone's expectations. Gillian Gunnels, the chapter president, said to him, clearly he has exceeded everyone's expectations. Exactly. See, he's on the payroll. That's what a bootlick does. It says nonsense. He just says spouts nonsense. Has no racial loyalty at all. He's exceeded everyone's expectations. What? By giving us war in Ukraine and giving these Ukrainian billions of dollars that he could have been putting in the black community? That's how he's exceeded these expectations? See, the war only benefits the oligarch. Right? That's who it benefits. The military-industrial complex. That's who it benefits. So 3 years after Donald Trump pulled about 8% of black voters nationally, polling this month by the New York Times and Siena College of 6 battleground states found his support had bumped up to 22%. So that's substantial. From 8% in 4 years to go up to 22%, that's quite substantial. That black people are leaving the plantation of the Democratic Party who've done nothing, the do-nothing party that's done nothing for black people, but done something for everybody else. Asians, LGBTQ, and all other kind of erroneous groups. So they bumped up to 22% of the black electorate. After elections were held today, other polls look even worse for the Democrats. A national poll by CNN registered Trump's support among black voters registered Trump's support among black voters at 23%, while earlier Fox News poll put it at 26%. So this got to be scaring the crap out of the Democratic Party. See, they didn't put the illegal immigrants in fast enough to stop what's coming from black people, right? Stop what's coming from black people. Exactly. Those are jaw-dropping numbers for a demographic that traditionally has been the Democratic Party's most reliable voting bloc. And you've been the most reliable slaves. You've been the most reliable slaves and got absolutely nothing for being a slave. You've been the most reliable slaves and got absolutely nothing for your time. They said this is jaw-dropping numbers for a demographic that traditionally has been the Democratic Party's most reliable voting bloc. And it be bad enough for the Democratic Party if the erosion of black support was strictly about Biden or the likely Republican nominee, former President Trump. Among the Democrats meeting here, there was general and disquieting agreement that Trump's appeal is only part of the reason for the erosion of black support. Oh, you ain't figured out that you ain't done nothing in 50 years for black people? You haven't figured that out yet? It's confusing you? You don't understand? You know what's going on? It's confusing to you? You don't get it? You don't understand that? So the erosion of black support, Jeremy Jones, a Democratic Party official from Lexington County, said some black people who saw Trump's name on stimulus checks in 2020 tell him at least he got something done for the black community. Mackenzie Watson, a political strategist who does advocacy work for people with disabilities, told me she spoke recently with a black man who runs a funeral home who told her he was favorably declined towards the former president because he made more money when Trump was in office. Watson said, I was like, of course you did, because it was a pandemic and people were dying by the masses. Well, nobody dying because of the pandemic. That's the gaslight you get. We know about it. We can't even say it on these controlled social media. So they're trying to gaslight you with lies again. But what was more discouraging to the Democrats I spoke with was the prospect that black voters were not making a statement about anyone, election or candidate, but they were beginning to drift in some small but meaningful numbers away from the Democratic Party. It's not your candidates, it's the party. You don't do nothing for black people. What are you talking about? It's like they got water on the brain or something. You've done nothing for black people. Absolutely nothing. So I can't figure why these Negroes now leaving the plantation. I don't understand what's going on. Why are these Negroes now leaving the plantation since we had them under lock and key for so long? Oh, well, how dare they? How dare they leave us for not doing nothing for them? How dare these Negroes leave and think for themselves and leave a party that's done absolutely nothing for them, has been absolutely antithetical to anything and anybody black. Our party's been absolutely antithetical. In the benefit of black people. Antithetical. Openly hostile. But this is the party of black people that's supposed to represent black people that's been openly hostile to us. Does that make any sense? If we've been there so long, our party's been openly hostile to us. That have passed wicked legislation against us. I cheer for black people. Finally, stop being scared to take some power back in your own hands. Don't be monolithic with a party that shows you nothing but the back of their hand. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense, but exactly right, Sean. They took it down to about, I haven't said no hate to nobody. It was too many people in that room. It was 20, it was 200, it was getting bigger and bigger. This other one I got up here ain't taking down. I got more than one TikTok account. I had both of them up. This one's still up, running right there. That one's still up. But there's nobody in that one. Everybody was in this one. So they don't mind. I'm saying the same thing. I'm on the same platform with different accounts. This one's still up and running. Make it make sense. So it goes on to say, bird who work. Oh, let too far. Bird who worked on Marion Williamson's long shot presidential campaign before resigning. Oh, yes. They just moved on his own. What the hell is going on? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. This damn thing just moved on his own. Bird, who worked on Marion Williamson's long shot presidential campaign before resigning this summer, told me that part of what's happening with the black voters, that as black people are becoming more and more educated, the monolith that we once were is, no more monolith, is dispersing. So we're needing more and more different things. He mentioned black business people. And said, we're treating them like their only issue is racial issues, and not all of us, but to some extent, some of us have moved past that. We were sitting in the capital of the state where black voters, who make up a majority of the Democratic Party primary electorate, almost single-handedly turned the 2020 primary to Biden. Democrats in return have made South Carolina the first primary state. Oh, so what? Another useless tokenism nonsense. So we making it now our first state to primary. So what? What does that do for black people? What? We get to go stand in line earlier now and vote for people that don't do nothing for us? Yay! So we get to vote earlier and stand in line longer for people that do nothing for us. So since now it's not going to be the primary, it's not going to start in Iowa and New Hampshire like it usually does, it's going to start in South Carolina. So what? And that's supposed to be a tangible benefit for black people. Nothing. Absolutely nothing there. Right? Absolutely nothing there. See, it was no coincidence that Harris was traveling here. Scott Hereford, who was Biden's political director in South Carolina in 2020, told the group that Democrats are working on their communications disconnect between what Biden is. See, now they want to talk to us again because it's around election time. Whole three years they've been ignoring black people and our needs, being flooded with illegal aliens, giving everybody else handouts but black people who voted to put these people in power. These other people ain't vote. You don't got a big enough LGBTQ community to put anybody in power. You don't have a big enough Asian community to put anybody in power. But everything's been done for these people because of the racism that this country is founded on. And the racism that the Democratic Party is. That's what it is, family. It's racism. It's unabashed, unadulterated, systematic racism. Because you can't explain anything why they haven't done anything for the most loyal, most dedicated block of voters that give them power. They've done nothing for them whatsoever. Asians who can't not put them in power. LGBTQ members who can't put them in power. They move the needle for them. Put legislation in for them. They're giving us absolutely nothing. So now they're going to work on their communication disconnect. It's not a disconnect, not a communication disconnect. It's a do-nothing disconnect, family. Understand? It's not a communication. They went from, we don't know how to con these Negroes no more. Communication is about conning individuals, right? Gaslighting you. It's not a communications disconnect. It's a do-nothing disconnect we're dealing with. It's a do-nothing disconnect. That's what we're going through. Not a communications disconnect. That's fraud, that's phony. A communications disconnect between what the Biden, between what Biden is doing and what voters perceive. This time before the election, he said to close the gap. No, it's not. Now, we're not perceiving that you gave billions of dollars to Ukraine and gave nothing to black people. That's a fact. That's not a perception. That's a fact that you gave billions of dollars to Ukraine and gave black people absolutely nothing. That's not our perception. Those are facts. I'm not perceiving that. That's a fact. Right. Yet even here on the eve of Harris' visit, there were Democrats who weren't sure that would be enough. Of course, why would it be enough? At the moment, Gunnels told me it appears that some black voters feel as though the Democratic Party had failed them. I think we're seeing that in the numbers from the polls. Exactly, from these polls. But you mean it only took 50 years to believe that that black people believe that the Democratic Party had failed us? It failed us a long time ago, family. And truth be told, it was never there to actually benefit us. It was never there to help us succeed. It was to keep us in a staging area, so we keep going with the same con game, chasing that same hamster wheel, going around in a circle. That's what the Democratic Party was used for. Go back to LBJ, who said, I will keep these Negroes voting for the Democratic Party for the next 100 years because I passed some fake civil rights legislation in 1964. That's done nothing for black people again. Ain't that funny? But that's why you always propagandize against. Propagandize against with the civil rights movement. They do all kind of movies, all kind of videos, all kind of commercials about the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and you don't see nothing tangible that is done. The fake Voting Rights Act that the Republicans have been trying to chip away through redistricting, right? They would redistrict a certain area to destroy your Voting Rights Act. But the Democrats would never go fight and say this is a federal crime. They never did that. So that was a loss. They're supposed to give you affirmative action where you're supposed to get these jobs and benefits based on your race. You know you had to you were, I can't even get it out. Hold on, listen to it. Even though you were credentialed enough to get the position, you still would never get it. Because remember, they put all kind of stipulation in there as far as let me tell. Sorry about that, y'all. They put all kind of stipulations going as far as affirmative action goes concerning you. They told you how white women needed affirmative action, and somehow they were the downtrodden as well, which is absolutely nonsense. But these Negroes went for that nonsense in 1964. That the white woman was the majority in this country. But now she was downtrodden. So all those jobs, there was another trick bag they put black people in where they can still get those jobs to their own people by still not employing you. Saying we're following the civil rights, the letter of the law, because we're hiring the white woman. We're not hiring you dusty Negroes. We're hiring the white woman because she's been grandfathered into this legislation, saying she's also oppressed. Now what kind of bill would any of these handkerchief-head civil rights leaders say that was okay? You're back at square one. Now we're worse than square one. You're back at square one. You're supposed to fight for equality and integration as far as these jobs are concerned, but you don't let them write legislation putting their own woman in there. And so all the jobs, since they're racist, the jobs are now going to go to their women. So what was the benefit and the gain of the civil rights movement? It didn't benefit black people. Oh, but it did benefit the Democratic Party because now you were propagandized to and told that these laws benefited you. And it was the Democratic Party that saved you and believed in you and helped you out. So you've been voting for this party for 60 years that didn't actually do anything for you. It didn't do anything for you. Voter Right Act doesn't benefit you. There'll be handkerchief head fake preacher or go tell you that, oh, about the Voter Right Act. You have a goopy stick head Al Sharpton talking that nonsense to you. It means absolutely nothing. And we know you haven't benefited from the voice. We know you haven't benefited from the affirmative action law. And you got white people out screaming the right wing wackos, oh, we gotta get rid of affirmative action. Oh, that never benefited anybody black. It never done nothing for us. I don't know what they're talking about. You know, that never benefited us. That never benefited us. You know? So, let's see. So he said, it sounds like people are looking elsewhere. There's a certain sense of deja vu in South Carolina about the anxiety surrounding Biden's prospects nationally. Democrats here say firsthand how Biden could be counted out, drugged in the Iowa caucus and the New Hampshire primary in 2020 before romping in South Carolina. Oh, not Jim Clyburn, this old handkerchief head bootleg. Jim Clyburn, whose endorsement of Biden set the stage for the victory, told me he recalled being told by some very prominent people, you better not do this, Joe Biden's got no chance. Well, he said, they're saying the same thing now. What am I saying that now? Now see, now this is a useful tool. This is a useful book. These are the politicians that we get that don't do anything for black people. They're put there by the white masters to do their bidding. They have nothing but utter contempt for us as a people. And these old church Negroes have been voting for people like James Clyburn forever, who's corrupt, wicked, and complacent. Absolutely complacent. And the needs of black people. Absolutely complacent. So Anthony John Seawright, a South Carolina-based Democrat strategist, insisted the political weather will change a lot between now and next November, while Jay Parmley, the executive director of the state party, said, it's too early to be nervous. Alright. Now he's looking at all these bootlegs. The president has a lifetime of being a slow starter, Parmley told me, but he is as reliable as they come. See, these are bootlegs that's on the payroll. It makes no difference to them that black people don't get nothing because they're put there to make sure black people get absolutely nothing. That's why they're there. That's why the jobs are always, what you say, by the same politicians in black America, as far as Congress, are there for 30 and 40 years. You can't name one stitch of legislation that they passed that benefited black people in any iota. None whatsoever. You can't find none of it. That's not entirely wishful thinking given Biden's record of success in 2020, Trump's polarizing politics, and his numerous and serious legal entanglements. I understand, family. These are these individuals attacking them because they can't win. And I'm going to tell you another thing. That election was stolen. Biden didn't win no election, not even with the help of black people. Okay? You should understand this. That election was clearly stolen. Nobody was voting for Biden then. His numbers are crazy. Biden may be getting 10% polling. And I can show you that in their news, in their fake news. So I got to give Trump credit when he calls these things fake news. We like fake news is fake. Everybody knows that the news now is fake. It's fake news. Lying news. That's why my TikTok thing went down. I didn't, well, this is hate speech to who? What hate speech did I do to anybody? No, nothing. Nowhere. Hate speech. Where was that at? So let me go here. Still, when I asked Parmalee how worried he was about the drop-off in support among black voters, he said, it's a big problem. His concerns shared by many Democrats. They must think he's moving by itself. Stop. His concerns shared by many Democrats. It's not so much that black voters will migrate to Trump in significant numbers, but that when November 2024 comes around, some might simply not turn out to vote. And there's a lot of evidence to back that concern. Turnout among black voters in the midterm election last year dropped off nearly 10 percentage points from 2018. According to Washington Post analysis, last month in the Louisiana governor's race, turnout fell in many parts of the state with large black populations. Following off-year elections in Philadelphia in a presidential swing state, the headline in the Philadelphia Inquirer blared, Philly voters turnout increased but dropped in many black and Hispanic precincts. And that could be a problem for Democrats in 2024. So remember, the Democrats always play identity politics with LGBTQ and transgenderness and all that shit that has nothing to do with black people. Nothing that benefits black people one iota. Nothing that benefits black people. They heavy into that identity politics, but the only one they don't identify with is black people. Everybody, they like to gaslight you with the gaslight us with identity politics, but the one identity that they don't represent and don't benefit is the black identity. You know, it's the black identity that they don't rock with. They don't rock with us. They don't rock with us. They go to say it's all about relevancy. Parmalee said, if individuals don't feel government is doing something for you, you're less interested. Well, not for black people. This party ain't done nothing for us in 55 years. 1964 is 60 years. Next year that'll be 60 years. Since all that big legislation that was passed in 64. So that'll be 60 years. Right? 60 years of black people got absolutely nothing. It took that long to realize not to vote for a party that's done nothing for you, and you now to be less interested. It only took that long to wake up. What's wrong with us as a people? And none of this should come as a surprise to Democrats and focus groups in the run up to 2020 and again in the midterms of 2022. Pete Yangri, whatever his name is, Pete, a longtime Democratic strategist, told me he heard repeatedly from black voters less about Trump and more an attitude that I've been voting Democrat, for 50 years. I've been voting Democrat for 50 years. My community has been voting Democrat for 50 to 60 years. I told you, 1964 is when you had the mass migration from the Republican Party to the Democratic Party. So it'll be 60 years. So he goes on and say, I've been voting Democrat for 50 years. My community has been voting Democrat for 50 to 60 years. And we don't have much to show for. We don't have nothing. Not much. Nothing. 60 years of voting for this no good party, and we've got nothing to show for it. Not something. Not much, but nothing. Nothing we got to show for it. Even if there has been some progress on wages and educational attainment, I don't know about that. On wages, what wages? Listen, I don't know what they're talking about. See, most black people don't understand how the economy works. There hasn't been a raise, a livable wage since 1980. When you talk about the statistical numbers and wages for the amount of inflation, of life inflation we have gone under in those 40 years, There's been no wage increases because it's been ate up by a falling, collapsing dollar. The value of the dollar has been collapsing, which causes inflation. So there's been no benefit in any upward wages. If that was the case, people could afford these apartments. You can't afford the apartments. That's why they're $2,000 or $3,000 a month, because you have a declining dollar that has no value. So spare me. See, it's probably an old Negro talking about wage increases. We've got no wage increases. When inflation's ate up the money. Those are things, wage increases when inflation keeps rising. But you can't pay for the apartments. Can't pay for groceries. Can't pay for car insurance. Hell, you can't even pay for a car. You run around talking about wage increase. What are you talking about? The progress on wages. What are you talking about? The rate of inflation, Americans haven't had a wage increase since 1980. What are you talking about? 1980, most of us was children running around here with diapers on and shit. What are you talking about? There's another old Negro. Among black people, Pete said, the attitude isn't where statistics are. It's particularly an issue with younger black voters. Black men, so I know it was an old man he was talking to. Black men and non-college educated black voters, and I think this is exacerbated by COVID. I was talking that COVID shit into it. Exacerbated by COVID, where what's this thing doing? Hold on, y'all. I don't know what happened. Oh, sorry about that. They just took off. Where am I at? Okay, right here. They just started moving by itself. Okay. Where am I at? Okay. Oh, some video. Okay, that'll happen. Sorry about that. I'm on a damn tablet, so it's messing me up. The attitude isn't where statistics are. It's particularly an issue with younger black voters, black men and non-college educated black voters. And I think this is exacerbated by COVID, where the inflationary pressure and a lot of the unemployment shocks were felt in communities of color more than in other communities. We were already hurt before COVID. And then they try to go to COVID excuse. As black people were already hurt before COVID, right? Our communities were already devastated before COVID. So you can't use that as a benchmark talking about COVID. We were already devastated before COVID. And in a more recent round of focus groups, Celenda Lake, a prominent Democratic pollster who advised Biden's 2020 campaign, told me she repeatedly heard from black voters frustrated by the Biden administration's focus on the war, on the wars in Ukraine and Israel. Yeah, that money goes to them, black people. It doesn't go to you. That money goes to them. It doesn't go to you, black people. These are dollars. They don't never got no money for you. They gotta do committees and walk things slowly. We gotta do another panel, another committee, another panel, another committee to decide to give black people nothing. We do 1,000 committees, 1,000 panels to finally decide to give black people absolutely nothing. That's what we do. Shout out to black understand. Focus on wars in Ukraine, Israel. In Detroit, she said Democratic black women complained that Vladimir Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, could get billions of dollars in aid from Washington while we're we're in Detroit and we get nothing. The drop-off of black support for Democrats, Lake said, is real and in a particularly bad spot because of all this international involvement. Yeah, you got money spent on Zelensky and Ukraine, which is true, but TikTok took me off for saying it's true. This is hate speech by saying they giving all the money to Ukraine and not to black people. This is some kind of hate speech. How's this hate speech? In Colombia, Watson told me that while she's glad Biden is running and is pretty happy with how things have gone, look at this moron Watson. You pretty happy about what? By not getting nothing? She feels the growing dissatisfaction too. You finally understand it? What you finally feel it? After 60 years? What are you talking about? These old Negroes have got to go. We have people here who are suffering. Hey, what's they keep moving, man? We have people here who are suffering, who are struggling to keep a roof over their head. That's right. You got money for Ukraine and now Israel. You always got money for those people. And like I said, some moron in the beginning of this article tell you how wages have gone up. Where? Wages have not kept up with inflation. What are you talking about? They tell you inflation is 3%. That's a lie. Inflation is about 28%. You know, everything's gone up. Your rent's gone up goddamn 50%. Your groceries gone up 30-40%. So how's inflation 3%? It's constantly gaslights you with the fake media and the lies they tell. People find it hard to even survive now. But you got money for Ukraine, and you got money for this war in Israel. But you got no money to support the people that put you in power. You got nothing open to stay, and you were talking about you got a communication problem. You don't have a communication problem. You have a do-nothing problem for the people that supposedly put you in power. There's no communication problem for that. You have a do-nothing problem for the people that supposedly put you in power. That's what you have. You can't come gaslight trying to con people with communication tactics when you've done nothing for them. They know you gave billions to Zelensky, now you're giving billions to Israel. What the hell does that got to do with us? Absolutely nothing. But you tell black people to wait, you can't find no money for them. That's what you tell them. One lesson that Lake took from her focus group, and that may be encouraging for Democrats next year, is that black voters can get past the frustration with Biden if they know more of what he has done for them. He's done nothing for them. They don't mean what he's done. They get past it. He's done nothing. You mean they got to see through communication, they got to be duped again and fooled that Biden has done something for them. But they know instinctively that he's not done anything for anybody. He's flooded you with illegal aliens. Your rent is 50% higher. Your food bill 40-50% higher. But they got money to send to Ukraine. They always got money to send for wars. And shout out to Tupac. They got money for wars but still can't feed the poor. Huh? They got money for wars but still can't feed the poor. This country does not benefit anybody but the oligarchy. You got money for wars, but still can't feed the poor. Give you absolutely nothing but to get billions. So the $1 billion, all these billions of dollars that they gave to Ukraine and they lost the war, what was the benefit in the first place then? They could have given that money to black people to help them. But oh no, we got to fight fake wars where they get to steal that money, launder the money back to them. Isn't that crazy? The attitude of the focus group participants, she said, turns around completely when you provide a list of accomplishments the Biden administration has pushed through on everything from infrastructure, spending, to prescription drugs and student loan relief. They didn't pass none of this. It's the same old, they passed none of it because it's illegal. You never get no student bailout for the loans that you've taken out. That's your fault. And what infrastructure? Talk about the perception of things they tried. They've done none of it. Because it's never meant to be done. These are just talking points that they keep telling you every 4 years to say that we tried this, we tried that, but I'm still giving you absolutely nothing. What is this doing, man? So it goes on to tell the truth. Even if there hasn't been some progress on wages and education. Let go all the way back. Hold on, I think we're back. I did this already. Hold on. This thing took me all the way back. Hold on. Why does this thing keep doing that? What is this thing doing? Going with one thing, it's crazy. Presidential campaign successful ones anyway, spend enormous sums of money doing just that. The Biden campaign is piloting a new organization program in Washington, in Wisconsin and Arizona, in part targeting black voters. On one day this month, Biden taped interview with 3 black and Latino radio shows. What does the Latinos got to do? This is a black issue. They try to shoehorn Latinos into this. It's a black issue. What are you talking about? And Quentin Fultz, Biden's principal deputy campaign manager, told me the campaign is testing messages and ads to ensure that the takeaway for black voters next year is essential that Biden is delivering for them. Hey, what? It's the same old. Oh man, it's the same old shit. You've been getting for 60 years. Make another fake message to propagate you to the next 4 years of doing nothing for you. Black people, if you're not past this con game and this mess, this fake communication, when they show you they've done nothing for you, there's been nothing done for black people, nothing. So they will try to do a charm offensive on you again, a con game, a charm offensive by using communication to fool you and trick you. And make you believe that if you just vote for us again, we're going to promise we're going to do something. Then when you put them in there again, they're going to turn their backs and slap you in the face again like they've always done. That effort was already on display in South Carolina with Harris, the first black vice. Now she's the first black vice president. First, she was the first Asian vice president. Which one is it? When Harris, the first black vice president, landed here and walked into the state party headquarters, she was joined by Claiborne, who held up a state party brochure listing successes of the Biden administration. When we talked, he told me that there are people who are very disappointed because we have not done as much as they wanted us to do. You haven't done nothing. They're disappointed because we haven't done. See, this is how they couch the language. See, they're trying to say people are upset because we didn't do as much as they wanted. They didn't do nothing, right? Or disappointed because we haven't done as much as they wanted us to do, as if they did anything, right? That's the scam. On issues such as voting rights, nobody cares about no goddamn voting rights. See, they're going to tell you what your issues are. Nobody said black people said voting rights are our issue. We said we don't get nothing for our vote, and voting rights is not our damn issue. Today, they're going to try to tell you what your issue is now. Voting Rights Act. Nobody gives a damn about Voting Rights Act. We can vote anytime we want to vote. They're going to tell you what your no. Our issue is that we need money. We're broke. We need help. All the billions of dollars that you see in sentence in Ukraine and Israel, we need some of that money, some of those resources thrown back into our community. That's what we need. You give money to the illegal aliens, to Ukrainians, Israelis, but no money to the black people who supposedly put you in power. You talk about our issues is voting rights. That's it. You know how despicable, how duplicitous this no good woman is? You know how despicable and duplicitous this woman is? Talk about your issue is voting rights. That ain't our issue. Our issue is not having the resources we need to develop our community and keep them safe ineffective, and build wealth for us and our posterity. That's our issue, not no damn Voting Rights Act. They're going to tell you some fake issue that they want to tell you that that's our issue. That's not our issue. That's not our issue, one iota. Voting Rights Act. And we're talking about the Voting Rights Act. They've been telling you that for 60 years since they passed the shit about the Voting Rights Act. They've been telling you 60 years since they passed it. For the Voting Rights Act. A lot of people not worried about that. They can vote. They send the vote to put you in power. That's what your issues are, the vote. On issues such as the voting rights or police reform. Oh, what happened to the police reform? You didn't do that. You didn't even try to do it. You got this and nope, can't do this. Now you want to come up with the same old fake talking points. Try to fool black people. Not appreciating the blockades thrown up by congressional Republicans. No, that's not gonna work. Because when you got there, you had the whole house. See, now they got to see that was the same old thing. It's the Republicans get us back in power. They were in power, fam. They had the House, they had the Senate, and they had the White House. And yet they did nothing for us. Even when Obama got there first, he had the White House, the House Representative, and the Senate. He did nothing. That's the scam they keep doing. We were blocked. They're always blocked. Then I'm blocked from voting from you. I'm blocked for voting for you. Okay? Since you're blocked for doing shit for us, I'm blocked from voting for you. Okay? I'm blocked from that. I'm blocked from voting for you. I'm blocked. That's the same scam they've been running for the last 60 years. Oh, we want to do something, we're blocked. How were you blocked when you first got there? You controlled both houses of Congress and the White House, and you done nothing. You put no black, that's what Ice Cube fake book was running around talking about the black initiative he wanted to do. Back in 2020, y'all remember that? And Biden never even decided to meet with Ice Cube. You guys remember that? These kinds of disappointments show up when you call people and say, are you satisfied with Biden? He said, but Claiborne dismissed the idea that nearly a full year from now, and after a sustained campaign, black voters would be turning to Trump. When he and Harris addressed reporters, here we are. Excuse me. When he and Harris addressed reporters and supporters in a small room at party headquarters with Biden, and Harris signed plastered on the windows, Claiborne held up his brochure. For anyone who says that Democrats have not done anything, he said, I want you all to take this brochure with you and keep it in your pocket. We don't need no goofy brochure to know you haven't done nothing benefiting us. We can see our rent is higher, we can see our electric bills higher, our water bills higher, our insurance is higher, our wages are lower. We don't need your goofy brochure to know that we are in tough situations right now. Now we'll pass on your goofy brochure. Everybody smash that like button on YouTube and Facebook for me, or wherever you find it. Whoever left on the other TikTok channel, press that screen for me. The morning after Harris left Columbia, I drove about 90 minutes upstate to a Greenville. Right? I don't know who wrote this article. It's badly written. I drove about 90 minutes upstate to a Greenville where a group of Democratic women met over coffee. I wanted to ask Laura Haggett, the president of the Democratic Women of Greenville County, what she made of the fall off in black support. And when I did, the first thing she brought up didn't have anything to do with Biden or Trump at all. Listen. Instead, she mentioned a letter that 6 black pastors in the area had written endorsing a Republican over a Democrat incumbent in a local city council race. Reading it, I could see why it struck a nerve. So even the preachers are now switching their allegiance. They must be getting paid out by the Republicans now if they're switching their damn allegiance now, right? Those of us who have lived through the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s recall a time when we had a potent, trustworthy, and loyal ally in the Democratic Party. You never had that, lady. Never. In the 50s, black people were not even Democrats, so you don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't until the mid-60s that black people became Democrats. We were Republicans for that 100 years. So this is nonsense, talk about this old lady. When we had a potent, trustworthy, and loyal ally in the Democratic Party, and much was accomplished then. What was accomplished? Nothing. What was accomplished then? Absolutely nothing. It's the same crazy old Negro talk you get from these people. The past is wrote, but things are different now. The times when working within the system, serving on boards, and quiet conversations after committee meetings would gain tangible results. I'm having problems reading that. Committee meetings would gain tangible results seem to have passed. Our community, the pastor wrote, gains nothing from being a reliable tool of one political party. These bootleg preachers just see where the wind is blowing. Don't let them believe like there's some bass of now word about black people. They just see the way the wind is blowing and trying to get on board before they're blown out the water. Now they see it's no benefit for them, right? Now it's no benefit for them to be a reliable tool of the Democratic Party and call them tools what they have been. This they see the writing on the wall and they're trying to jump. See, these pastors are usually always con men. And they can see the way the wind is blowing. They want to jump ship before they get left behind. That's what this is about. So that was it's about. So the candidate, the black pastor endorsed didn't win, but the letter was still resonating here days after the election. The black community, they want somebody to give a shit about their issues. They put down even cussing in the damn papers. Right? It's killing me. No, it's killing my ass. Alright. They're now using profanity inside the dang newspaper. The black community, they want somebody to give a shit about the issue. Now we know the Democratic Party, and nobody has given a shit about black issues. And they don't see the Democratic Party giving a shit about their issues. Hey, told me. That's right. They don't. No, they finally being real. They have a real talk that the Democratic Party doesn't give a shit about the issue. But they're going to use their communication skills, family. What they're going to do, they're going to use their communication skills to try to con you with a nigga Jim Clayborn's pamphlet he had. Remember? I got the pamphlet. If you don't believe that I've done anything for you, read my goofy pamphlet. I got a pamphlet that proves I've done something for you. Don't believe your lifestyle and your lying eyes and what you're now living under. Less wages, high inflation costs for your food, your housing, your transportation costs. All these things are costing more. But they're going to tell you, don't believe that, believe my goofy pamphlet. I got a pamphlet for you if you don't want to believe me, you goofy Negroes. So we know, so even these pastors are seeing the writing on the wall. You can't name anything. The promises, remember all the promises that Biden and Harris made in 2020 and have done nothing, but now they're trying to come to gaslight you. See, it was the Republicans that blocked us. They never even put this legislation into effect, even trying to get anything passed. Like I told you, 2020 they control all houses of government, the Senate, the House, and the presidency. And not one time they will any legislation, just like Barack Obama, benefiting black people, not any on nothing. So she comes to say people block. Did nobody block nothing? You didn't even put it forward, didn't even try. And you control both houses of government. Both houses, the Senate and the House, when you first got there. And you did nothing. So I like the way they love to keep gaslighting you. As if they did something for you, they've done absolutely nothing for us. And now even the bootleg preachers are saying, hey, we want somebody to give a shit about our issues. This right here, right here. And they don't see that the Democratic Party gives a shit about the issue. That's not me cursing. That's what I'm reading. It's right there. See that? You guys see where it says gives a shit. That's not me. I'm just reading it. Cleaned up my language. Hazel, a former, or Hazel, how you pronounce his name? A former journalist thinks the media focused too much on Biden's pose and his age and other perceived weaknesses. Oh, yeah. That he see now, you can't put a complete sentence together. Yeah, I guess we would focus on that. So now that having a dementia president doesn't bring us a thing of joy. This guy has dementia. That doesn't bring us joy. That doesn't bring us joy. I'm tired of hearing Democrats. What? Oh, ringing. Okay. I'm tired of Democrats wringing their hands and clutch their pearls and say, "Oh my God, what are we going to do?" And she believes that on everything from local concerns, like we go like gentrification. Now, black people have been getting gentrified forever, right? We've been getting gentrified forever. Black people have been getting gentrified forever. What has the Democratic Party done about that? Nothing. Two more national ones like child care. Democrats are better for black people. How are they better? What have we done for it? It's the same old nonsense. They're better. How? What have they done about any of these issues for the last 60 years? And you read this article, black people tell you they've done nothing. They told you in this article that we haven't seen shit done for us, and they even mentioned the time I said 50 and 60 years of being loyal to this party, and you've seen nothing that is done for us. Nothing. But they want to gaslight you again, keep telling you issues that are better for the Democrats. Then why have they done anything about them in 60 years? I've been in child care since I was a kid. You still ain't got it. Pre-medical. Barack Obama was supposed to about your pre-medical back then. But he decided to go with the Republicans and a lot of black people, throw us on the bus. That's what he had. Both House and the Senate, again, when he first got in there, and did nothing. And then he came back, oh, those Republicans blocked me. They couldn't block me. Because black people were so excited about this fake black man that they came out and voted overwhelmingly to give him a Congress and a Senate that would work for him. But the scam is he wasn't going to do anything for black people. You get that? He wasn't sent there for your benefit. Barack Obama has open contempt for black society. If you haven't realized that yet, but they keep trying to prop him up in our face. That's why whenever he goes out campaigning, the person he campaigns for always loses. Because black people instinctively now know that Barack Obama doesn't support anybody black or support anything benefiting black people. Black people finally understand that. You don't have to do much convincing anymore to make you understand he doesn't benefit black people. What have they done for the Democrats are better on gentrification, right? What have they done about it? Oh, absolutely nothing. How they bet on the issue except give it lip service, but never put any tangible legislation behind it to help black people from being gentrified? Okay? When they put any useful legislation benefiting black people to keep them from being gentrified instead of just giving it lip service as they've always done? And child care, health care, what is this? Democrats are better for black. How are they better? You're naming these issues that have never been addressed. They just use them for talking points. They come back every 4 years, tell you the same thing about gentrification and other things that they're going to do that they never do. See, that keeps you on the same hamster wheel, going around in circles over and over again. They come back to you every 4 years, get the same fake talking points, as if they're on your side to get you back on that same hamster wheel to nowhere, where you're running around in a circle. You're going up and down the circle like a hamster. Until you come back to the other 4 years, they talk about the same worthless issues that they haven't taken care of 4 years prior to that. You get the scam now? How they better for gentrification? They've been talking about this since 1964. Why have they passed legislation in 60 years to take care of this problem concerning the most loyal, reliable voters? Would we be their main priority if they cared and they were concerned about us? Would we not be their main issue if it was actually real? If they actually were concerned about black progress, which they're not. They're only interested in giving you lip service. You see it in this article. It's our communications has been bad. Not that they have not done nothing for black people. So they're not even listening. But black people tell you in this article that the Democratic Party has done nothing for black people. They said, oh, it's just that our communications is bad. We got to get we got to con them more, get more talking points again. Like this lady talking about gentrification, which black people have been dealing with forever in this society, right? In this country. We've been dealing with gentrification forever. Has it ever been addressed in a legislative form? No. Has it been doing? No, it's a talking point that they keep bringing you up so you'll get back on that hamster wheel to nowhere. So you get back on that hamster wheel to nowhere again. Running around in a circle for the next 4 years. Oh, they're better on gentrification and child care and health care. Why didn't they address that when they first got to the head of the House and they had the Senate? They didn't bring it up. Why didn't they address the damn crime bill that they said, not the crime bill, but the Police Reform Act when they had the House and the Senate? Why didn't they address that then? Why didn't they address it then? Oh, because it was never to be addressed. It's to put you back on the hamster wheel and come back in 4 years, give you the same fake talking points, and give you goopy Jim Claiborne's brochure. Read this brochure, Negroes. This is what we done. It's in the brochure. You can't see that tangible in your life. Your rent is higher. Your light bill is higher. Your transportation costs are higher. Your food costs are higher. But they tell you it's been a benefit of having Biden in the White House. Where? How? But they want you to read their goopy brochure. You can't find nothing about this. What are you talking about? Everybody smash the like button. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, everybody smash that screen over here on the last TikTok channel is up. You took down another one. But she wasn't ignoring the polling either. Somehow she said, we have to make that more clear. When I reached one of the 6 pastors, Curtis Johnson, by phone, he told me the pastors plunged into the council race for entirely local reasons. The Republican candidate they endorsed, Randall Floral, is not, I repeat, not a Trumplican. That's how I like that. It's not a Trumplican, he said. The letter was not about us endorsing the Republican Party at all. However, he said, we stand by the fact that in many instances, the black vote has just been automatically expected to be Democratic when there are some concerns that several of us have. When it comes to Biden, Johnson, the senior pastor at Valley Brook Outreach Baptist Church in Preston, South Carolina, told me, I do feel that Biden and the Democratic Party as a whole are aware of the importance of the black vote. I do feel, and I do understand that they're fighting an uphill battle with the far right Republican agenda. He's talking us nonsense. I told you they had the House and the Senate when he first got there, so that's nonsense. Johnson knows that some black people are frustrated with the president and with the Democratic Party more broadly. He knows that some black men support Trump, even if he said he couldn't really articulate why. When I asked him to try, he said, a lot of our people are just feeling like Biden is not going far enough. Far enough? Where's he gone? Far enough? What has he done? He's done absolutely nothing. Far enough. When I asked him to try, and he said a lot of our people are just feeling like, okay. But being frustrated with the president or with the Democratic Party doesn't necessarily mean black voters won't stick with them when it comes time to vote. Most did in 2020, after all, when the alternative was Trump. Johnson, an independent, told me he voted for Biden that year. Since then, he said the president has had some strong legislative successes. What are you talking about? What successes have Biden had? You can't name those successes he's had. Not consider nobody black. So at least as for now, he remains open to supporting the president, even if Johnson has some reservations. Even if, as he put it, I'm not saying I'm extremely confident in Biden. This might be the end of the article. Okay, is that the end? Yeah, it's the end. Okay, family. You guys give me a second. You guys give me a second. Listen. You guys give me a minute. Let's see. My cameras that went down on me. Put it back up. Comes right up. Alright, fam, I'm back. See, my camera went down. Get it back up. Listen, Play Button is the biggest raccoon ever. Yeah, no shit. Exactly right, Test Feet. Okay, fam. We see they come up with the same nonsense or talking points. You know, that they need to talk to some more. Exactly. No one talks about reparations, which black people now have been talking about forever. So that's nonsense. So we're not going to allow it to happen. It's absolutely nonsense that the Democratic Party is taking black people for granted for too long and giving us absolutely nothing, but like I said, the back of their hand. And even though these preachers have said some common sense, they keep talking about his legislative successes, but he never named one legislative success that Biden has had. There's not been one legislative success that Biden has had concerning black people. That's absolutely moronic, nonsensical, right? That's absolutely nonsensical. It's moronic. Yeah. Man, I'm pissed off. They took me off TikTok, man. We had 200 people in that room on TikTok. That shit was on fire. That TikTok was on fire, man. This one's still up. Ain't got nobody even listening at all. They didn't file me out. Okay, 3 people in this thing? Who did you join? Oh, Jim Skinny, you on this one. Oh, yeah? That was you, General? On this one? Yeah, this one's still up. The other TikTok they took down before you showed up on YouTube and TikTok. I see on this one. They took it down. That's Strong. What's going on, Strong? I see you brothers on TikTok. What's up? About to wrap up the show anyway. I see you Strong on TikTok. I see you, bro. The other TikTok account they took down. That's the one that had everybody. Ain't nobody in this one with Strong and Joe Mosquito in. Y'all right there ain't got nobody in it. The one over here had everybody up in this joint. They gave it the act. So with that, family, everybody smash that like button. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Everybody smash that like button before you leave. Baby, smash. Have you on TikTok? Well, the one TikTok account nobody's on. The one that had everybody in it, that got taken down. Anybody, this one stayed up. The one that had everybody in it is still on. Explain it. Make that make sense. Somebody help me out. Talking like I'm a third grader. Help me out. Fifth grader. Sorry, fam, there's some technical difficulties starting off. My sound was down. I didn't know my sound was not even working. I didn't know that my sound wasn't even working. You know. I didn't know that my sound wasn't even working correctly. It wasn't even on. So I apologize for that in the beginning. And my sound was off. We're not talking over here on the other channel. We're talking about Facebook and Twitter. But on the other ones, it was taken down. With that, family, say much love. I thought we would have time to go through the other promises that they have. It's a list of promises I wanted to read, but I'm not going to have time to do it tonight. That Biden and Harris had promised the black people and never delivered. They never delivered on anything concerning black people whatsoever. Here we started the whole show without no sound. That's crazy. Shout out to Joey Kim and Joe, man. That was crazy. So with that, family, this button. We hit that button, wrap this up, ring that alarm. What's up, family? School's out. Stupid. Black, hot, fire. If you're new, everybody sub to the channel. If you're new, welcome in. And we try to build this channel back up. I try to become what I gotta do. Please smash the like button. If you're able to donate, go to the website, blackeyefire.network.com. Or hit that WhatsApp. That Cash App. Help me fund the network. It's always a great help, family. And much love to the fam. We out. Black, hot, fire. Everybody have a good night and a good beginning of the week. Remember, family, by the end of the week, I hear everybody going to Mombasa Friday. So Friday, family, you guys get to ride the bus. I'm still alive to be going from Nairobi to the beach to Mombasa. So next Saturday, the girls and guys at Black on Fire with Africa, we're going to be in Mombasa. show you guys how beautiful Africa is on the coast. Black, hot, fire. Woo! Feels so good. Black, hot, fire. I will tell everybody again tomorrow. I missed all my damn Africa Today shows last week. We didn't do one Africa Today show. So I see everybody at 12 noon Eastern time on the Africa Today show. We didn't do one at all last week at all. Usually do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We didn't do none of them. And like I said, family, I'm back. I'm back. I'm reliable once again. I'm back every weekend. Spitting this black hot fire, but without the profanity, right? Without the profanity and the N-words. Black, hot, fire. What's up, fam? We out, family. We out. We out. Took me down on the TikTok. Took a brother down. Took me down on TikTok. Black, hot, fire. We out. We out. We out. Woo! Black, hot, fire. Black, hot, fire. Much love, fam. Everybody have a good night. Stay safe. Have a blessed week. And I'll holler at everybody tomorrow on the Africa Today show with Joby. And I'll be back, of course, either Friday and Saturday or Saturday and Sunday. Doesn't matter, but I'll be here. I'll be here, fam. I'll be here. Peace. I'm out.